Hey, what's up, guys? So right now, I guess what I'm gonna do is give you guys a little shop tour slash after Japan, shop update. Basically, since I've been in Japan, and at Tsushima before that, and then the week before and the week after, all of that stuff, literally like haven't got anything done. It was pretty much just kind of dicking off. So I guess I'll just give you a little I guess tour of all the projects that I'm currently buried in, in my car shelves. All right, here, this is my '72 Datsun 510. A lot of you guys know this. Well, most of you guys should know about it. But it's got the built SR in it. GTX 3076 turbo. All that fun stuff that I actually haven't. I mean, I've probably driven this car 5 miles since it's been in there. Got to work on the fuel system, but it's kind of one of them forever cars. It was my great grandma's, so it's one of those things that I'm never really like planning on getting rid of. So I'm not in a huge rush to finish it, and I don't really want to just kind of half-ass it. So I almost want to tear the whole damn thing back apart, and redo all the paint and bodywork and stuff on it. It's got a little scratch right there. Long time ago, right here, when I initially did the bodywork, you could see a little bit of the body fillers popping off. Here's Ty's S2000. That's been in here for a little while. It's all just covered up now. He's working with, I guess he's got some paperwork issues or something like that with it, but he's got the engine for it right here. Another F22. A previous video, the motor that it came with, it was turboed in there, and so it cracked a ringland and scored basically a nice little like 1/8 inch out of the cylinder wall, and you can't they got like a special coating, and you can't bore them super big, and so you got to basically just sleeve them. Right here's a battery. I have these 2 Powerstroke batteries I was trying to charge, and I hooked up the battery cables to them, and I was like, oh, I'll just trickle charge them both, at the same time. And I hooked them up wrong, obviously. It zapped this one pretty good, which they were pretty much dicked anyhow. I was just seeing if I could renew them, but right before I did it, I was gonna look on my phone and see if the right way to do it, and I was like, oh, I'll just hook these things up real quick. I think I know what I'm doing. Nope, freaking goofed. So needless to say, I'm not gonna do that again. I have this CRV. It's kind of supposed to be a little project for my grandma. She's looking for like a winter 4-wheel drive type of thing. Got it a long time ago and wrecked in the front end, airbag deployed. You guys have probably seen this thing hanging around in the shop. Let's see, airbag deployed in there. So, but airbags are a pain in the ass to get for this thing. But I got all the front end pieces, and I pulled the radiator support out a little bit. Still needs, fitted a little bit more and painted and all that stuff. But it's just, she's got some health issues and stuff right now, so it's not a huge rush for that. So that thing's been just hanging around for too long. This Scion, this is my buddy's. It was my buddy's. Painting it. It needs, I don't even want to start on it. A long time ago, we did the door jamb on it. It had basically a stupid, like, the Lamborghini scissor door shit. It had shaved door handles on both of them, so he bought, basically half cut, the whole pillar, and we did that like 2 years ago. Never finished it, never painted it. He never really cared. He drove it around forever, but now I guess it's finally time to paint it. But I'm not even looking forward to doing this stupid project. Look, the bumper and everything. It's got all this little stuff that you just got to sand all the way down. And the previous people, when they painted it, it was like flat black. They like didn't prep it at all. It's just like sprayed on there, Or I'll show you a little sample of what I'm talking about. But you see right here, see how it's all shiny still? And then, so the paint is basically just would be able to come right off. So you know, as soon as I paint or go to start sanding it, I gotta sand all this flat black off, get down to the, it's like a TCM color. I gotta get down to that before I can do anything else. That's the JDM hatch that, you know, we want to sell. And so we got the, you know, USDM hatch, but it's half dicked. Got my tire machine over here. That thing's awesome for, you know, obviously drifting and all that shit, and just smashing random wheels and tires back together. I got this particularly, you know, interesting shelf. This is the S14 that I caged a while back. This was basically going to be my project, or my backup car, you know, like let's say, you know, I smash this thing into a wall big time, and, you know, and then this would basically be like drop subframes and smash it in here. That was when I was a lot more serious about drifting and stuff like that, and I was gonna kind of piece it together with all my spare parts and have kind of like a practice car or something like that. But you know, since then drifting's expensive, and you know, this thing's a pretty good shelf. So here in Colorado, supposed to get a hellacious winter, so I bought a set of Craigslist snow tires for it, and I haven't needed them yet. I was just waiting to throw those on, so got some random snow tires. Got my dirt bike. You know, I think I showed you guys some single track trail riding and stuff like that a little while ago, or maybe I didn't. Actually, no, I didn't. Went up to Taylor Park and rode for about a week up there. You know, probably did 100 and some miles of single track in that whole area. That was a blast. But random stack of tires. You know, parts for my brother's truck. Random S14 bumpers, rear Evo seats, you know, toolbox, fan, pile of exhaust, tons of oil. Got random oil everywhere. As you can see, I got a huge little mess here of what I was dicking with today. Still got to take the trash out. A random box of 370Z parts that I parted out. You know, more stupid truck parts. I mean, it's just ridiculous the amount of stuff I actually have in here just laying around. I mean, I need to just take like 2 weeks off and completely, you know, take everything out, pull everything away from the wall, you know, buy some shelves. I want to get like the big like Home Depot shelves that go like way up there, and actually organize everything and get rid of the stuff I don't need, and keep all the stuff I want to. But the issue is I'm kind of a hoarder, so as you could tell, you know, just this whole pile of crap. But so yeah, working on this truck. Might be doing a trade. There's a S13 hatch with a 1J VVTi in it, and so he wanted to sell it. You know, I didn't have enough to get it, but you know, he wanted to trade for a truck, and I knew about this truck that needed a little bit of work. You know, mostly brake wise, it had a little bit of a miss in it, so I installed cap and rotor. You know, the heater wasn't getting hot, so I had to do a thermostat in it. A few little things like that. So basically just kind of getting that thing ready. This is Turbo Civic. Let's see, I'll kick this crap off the hood. I think I showed you in one of the last videos, but it's basically a fully built D16, you know, sleeved, forged, all that stuff, turbo. It's got Honda for the engine management or whatever, and you know, lowering springs, LS mesh wheels. Before I was really into 240s or anything like that, you know, I was obviously always been into cars. Had my Datsun and stuff. I've had that for a while, but I messed with Hondas for a little bit. You know, I had a couple turboed ones that I messed with here and there, a lot of single cams, and then I have a video on my channel of a burnout I did. I had a B16 Civic, had forged internals and stuff like that. But I mean, I tell you what, if you guys are interested in like actually building a boosted car, one of probably the simplest and cheapest, you know, kind of like most bang for your buck like cars to do it in, I would say is these Civics. You know, like a 92 to 2000 Honda Civic. You know, I mean, you could, you know, smash the head and the oil pan off it in the car and throw, you know, some Eagle Vitara, you know, forged rods and pistons in it. Throw a quick little eBay turbo on it, or you know, eBay turbo kit. Get Hondata. It's easy to tune. It's easy to mess with. There's tons and tons of information and parts and just everywhere. I mean, you could get on Craigslist and find a turbo kit, you know, like just instantly, or one of your local Honda pages. The scene is just so big for them, and there's just so many people and so many parts everywhere, and they're just so cheap to build, and they're a lot of fun. And you know, so I haven't really been messing with them for a while. As you can tell, this thing's been sitting around the damn shop for, I think, over a year. Initially, you know, it had the head was off of it, and it blew a head gasket supposedly, and then basically what happens, it pulled the threads out of the block. So it's just been chilling. Underneath, a couple people have asked about what's underneath this tarp right there. That's a DB8 Integra. You know, Nick and Ty, the guys who do the hydrographics in the shop or whatever, that's their kind of, you know, he's a big Honda guy, so that's one of his projects. But he hasn't worked on it in forever, but it's got like a you know, high compression GSR in it, a few other little things. Maybe we'll do a video on that when the tarp's off it one day. What else? Could probably show you guys some crap outside, but I got a tire machine over here. I got some Honda trannies, you know, Honda alternators, a bunch of randomness. Got a tire machine that does, or tire balancer that doesn't work. It's throwing a code for excessive imbalance, and you know, so I haven't had a chance to contact the Coates guy to get that set up. Got an office, basically just, you know, fridge and couch and you know, a microwave and shit in there, and so that's pretty much it. And you know, keep all the water and crap in there. But what else do I have in here other than that? Well, basically outside there's some F-250s and stuff that I'm working on. I do some work for some wholesalers, you know, guys that run a lot of trucks and stuff through the auctions, trucks and cars. And so, you know, basically what I do is fix a lot of cars and trucks and do paint and body work and random stuff. So a lot of times they'll bring stuff to me. I'll just kind of clean them up real quick, you know, detail, fix little paint, minor, you know, issues and stuff with them. You know, mechanical stuff, you know, been recently messing with a lot of, you know, 6-liter Power Strokes, you know, dealing with, you know, injection, or, you know, injectors. You know, right now dicking with one that was, the previous detailer, he pressure washed the engine bay, and the Fickum went bad, so got to order one of those. But tons of stuff like that. Here's a 4.8 truck motor I bought from one of my buddies. My old intake manifold on it, and that was, you know, I was gonna boost it. You know, I mean, I've just had a thousand ideas going back and forth. This is a KA that I pulled out of that guy's car that I LS swapped for him. So I'm just kind of figuring out what to do with it. I thought about selling it or swapping it into something. I have an S13 hatch outside, as well as S14 that has a strut tower pushed over, and you know, a bunch of random little projects. This is that other S2000 motor. But yeah, so that's kind of I guess a quick tour. Some guy was asking me about doing that. You know, wanted to, I guess, see all the random crap I had sitting around, and I guess it'd be good for all the new subscribers and stuff that are checking it out to see all the kind of previous stuff. Got a set of 7.3 Power Stroke injectors. I was messing with those, or with one of those yesterday, and had to put 5 injectors in it, and under valve cover wiring harness, because they like to melt, and you know, a bunch of little things. Oh, and the 2J, I ordered there's a adapter plate, you know, to adapt, you know, obviously the 2J to the 370Z thing. Oh, and look, turbo Honda manifold. Like I said, parts just laying around everywhere, and this is a Dict D17 I pulled out of a car swapped it in there. So yeah, see, I mean, just turbo Honda shit just laying around. But yeah, what else? I just got another Honda motor, my LS intake manifold. You know, turbo 400 transmission over here. Another dicked Honda motor, random intercooler, random 240 suspension parts, random turbos, and just random shit everywhere. Oh, and I got you know, obviously my toolboxes and shit, and the chair where nothing gets done. I got like a little surround sound system over there for a PC. You know, it's got a little subwoofer and stuff. I hook up my phone and jam some tunes and stuff, but I never have music on when the videos are, because YouTube will take away my advertising on there. But yeah, so that's pretty much my messy ass shop. You know, apologize for the big dirty mess, but this is pretty much what it looks like when I'm trying to get shit done and making messes and all that stuff. So yeah, that's about it. You know, sorry for not making too many cool videos. Basically right now I'm kind of combating myself on what to order for the 2J. You know, I kind of figured out 2J, like the 2 in 2J means $2,000 for anything that you do. You know, it's like turbo manifold $2,000, you know, ECU and injectors $2,000, you know, tranny and adapter, all that stuff $2,000. Like everything's just $2,000 that you want to do to it. But anyhow, yeah. So hopefully I should be getting some parts for this thing here soon. But I'm trying to decide whether I want to risk blowing up the stock turbos in there by just putting it in. But the real main reason is I'm really just curious how this engine is just from the factory. You know, I feel like, you know, an issue that everybody has over here in the United States compared to like Japan is just we like overbuild the shit out of everything. You know, and that's exactly what I'm thinking about doing like right now with this car. You know, it's pretty much like, oh well, it's already out of the car. You know, I'm building it. You know, I'm expecting it to be a drift car and, you know, make some decent power and stuff. But you know, so right off the bat, like I was saying, the 2J $2,000, like everything is so damn expensive, especially when you buy it all at once. You know, I was thinking, oh, you know, I could just throw this adapter plate, you know, and transmission in there, and just throw the, you know, stock turbos and ECU and everything in there and just mob it around for a little while. You know, maybe hit like a couple events with it, you know. But then it's like, oh, well, if I decide to, you know, do the whole Pro-Am season with it, then, you know, it's a 300 horsepower, you know, stock 2J with, you know, turbos that may or may not, you know, grenade on me because they have a ceramic turbine wheel in them. You know, it's like, do I want to risk that, or do I, you know, buy a, you know, expensive turbo manifold, expensive turbo, expensive wastegates, you know, like $600 injectors. Well, we'll do a little price thing. So like $800 turbo manifold, $1,500 for a turbo. You figure $400 for wastegate, $600 for injectors, $150 for fuel rail, $250 for a fuel pressure regulator setup. Then ECU, you know, full standalone, you're looking at, you know, between, you know, about $1,300 somewhere in there. Then I got to wire it all myself. You know, you got gauges on top of that at, you know, 150 or so a piece. So it just gets really, really expensive. On top of the transmission adapter plate, and I figured out that, you know, on the 370Z tranny, this internal coin-centric or whatever slave cylinder, it's made out of plastic, you know, and obviously I'm going to be, the clutch that's going in there is a twin disc. And so it's going to have a real heavy pedal, you know, heavier than stock. And these things blow up on the stock clutches. And so I have to replace that thing. That's like a $300 and some part to get like a metal one that's adapted to it. But, you know, just all that stuff. But yeah, so I'm fighting myself because these turbos, I guess, are just a complete pain in the ass to do when they're in the car, you know. So it's like if I'm doing all this or planning on doing all this stuff, like why don't I just do all this stuff now, you know? But at the same time, I don't want to spend all that money on this thing, you know, and you know, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just don't want to spend the money and on that, and can't really afford to do it. So, you know, just trying to decide what to do with it, and on top of everything else, you know, all the other projects and stuff I gotta finish. But yeah, I was thinking about yeah, maybe I'll let you guys actually go. Sorry about saying so many times. I just, I was watching some of the stuff I just recorded. I was like, holy shit, bud. But I don't really like script these things. I just grab the camera, pick it up, and just start randomly spouting stuff. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, have a good one.